In this video, we'll take a look at how to use the built-in accident reconstruction functions in RC Monte Carlo. I have set up here a momentum analysis for an intersection collision. You see I have my W1, my W2, my approach angle for vehicle 2, my departure speeds. S3 is the departure speed for vehicle 1, S2 is the departure speed for vehicle 2, and my departure angles. This is my departure angle for vehicle 1 and my departure angle for vehicle 2. Now, the built-in functions can be found in the Help menu. If I go over and click on Help, I'll come up with this familiar looking Windows Help screen, this Help program. And I start out here with my general information. And wherever you see, click here, there's a video on YouTube that will be linked. And so this video here would be the basic features of RC Monte Carlo. And we can click here for information about saving and opening XLSC files, as well as associating XLSC files with the RC Monte Carlo.exe application. So I'll go ahead and click the plus sign. And here are the accident reconstruction formulas that I have programmed into Excel for you. Notice that just the way that they are worded here, it's exactly the way you would type them into Excel. Now these formulas are only available in RC Monte Carlo. They will not show up outside of RC Monte Carlo. So I'll go ahead and click on Airborne, and it gives me a description of the equation or the formula. Let me go ahead and click on MOMV1. Now, you know that there are a lot of arguments that are required for MOMV1. For example, I have to supply the two weights of the vehicles. I have to supply the departure speeds, the angles, and the approach angle for vehicle 2. That's not listed here. I'm going to show you where that is listed. The purpose of this listing here is just to show you the equations that are available and a little bit of information on them. So I'm going to close out of the Help screen. I want to get the speed for vehicle 2. That equation is MOM. I have to type an equal sign first, is equal to MOM V2. Open parentheses. Now to figure out what are the arguments and what order do they need to be in, once I type the opening parenthesis, I can hold the Control key, then press the A key. That's Control and press the A key while I'm holding the Control key, and that brings up my function arguments dialog box. Here are the arguments: W1, W2, S3, S4, A2. If I could scroll down, I can see that there's more. Here's the name of the function. This is a little description of what the function does. Calculates the impact speed for vehicle 2 using the conservation of linear momentum. The cursor is now flashing in W1. If I look down here, it tells me W1 is the weight of vehicle 1. I can use any unit. So that's set up so you can use pounds, slugs, or kilograms, whatever unit you want for weight. Okay, so the way this works is while my cursor is flashing in W1, I'm going to pick my first W1, which is over here. I'll hit the Tab key. Now notice that once I hit the Tab key, this changed down here to W2, the weight of vehicle 2, and use the same unit for the weight of vehicle 1. So I'll click on W2. I'll hit the Tab key. S3 is the departure speed for vehicle 1. So I'll pick over here. Hit the Tab key. S4, the departure speed for vehicle 2. So I'll click over here. A2, the approach angle for vehicle 2. That's this one over here. Hit the Tab key. D1, the departure angle for vehicle 1. So I'll click here. And finally, D2 is the departure angle for vehicle 2. That's over here. Now notice what's going to happen once I hit D2. This is the last argument. So once I pick on D2, I see my result. So all the arguments have been supplied. Note if I hit the Tab key again, I give the focus to this help on this function. I hit the Tab key again. I go to the OK button. That's how we know that we're done with the arguments. We don't pop up a new argument and we see a formula result here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. We have our first speed, and I'm going to copy this down 14,999 times using the shortcut by double-clicking on the lower right corner of this cell here. So there are my 15,000 speeds for vehicle 2. Now I'm going to insert a column by right-clicking on the column heading and going to insert. Then I'm going to put S1 over here. I want S1 to the left of S2 because S1 comes first, even though we calculate S2 first. So let's say I forgot that the momentum equation for vehicle 1 is MOMV1. How do I remember it? Well, I can go to the help screen, or the other way is to click on the function button here, insert function. So I'm going to click on insert function. I'm going to make sure that it says user defined here. Normally this would be on most recently used. All right, so if yours is not on user defined, you want to pick user defined from this list here, user defined. And now I'll scroll down. All of the functions that I've programmed into RC Monte Carlo are under user defined. So if we look, we will find MOMV1 and MOMV2. I can click on that and I can see what the arguments are, and I can also read what the function does. Calculates the impact speed for vehicle 1 using conservation of linear momentum. The units are the same units used for the departure speeds. Assumes that vehicle 1 enters the collision at 0 degrees. So I'll click on OK, and that brings up this familiar box. So we're back to the function arguments. I will go ahead and pick out my arguments. So W1 is over here. I'll press the tab key, pick on W2. Now we're looking for S2. All right, S2 is calculated out over here. I'll hit the tab key. Now I'll go for S3, tab, S4, tab, approach angle for vehicle 2, tab, a departure angle for vehicle 1, hit the tab key, and then D2. Notice my formula result, so I know we're good. We've gotten all the arguments. I'll click OK. I will copy this down 14,999 times, or as many times as you've declared random numbers. If you put 20,000 random numbers, this will copy down 19,999 times. So again, I'm going to right click on the lower right corner, and I have 14,999 more speeds. Now, I am going to insert another column. I'm going to right click, insert. And the reason I do that is because I want, not only do I want, I need to have an empty column between the inputs and my results. So that's how we use accident reconstruction functions that are built into RC Monte Carlo. I am going to complete this spreadsheet off video so we can use this to learn how to apply filters. If you have a recommendation for a new formula that should be added to RC Monte Carlo, please email me at support@rich-llc.com.